Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Gemini, this is a love reading for you for the upcoming 2 weeks, starting today on the 25th on the 11th till the 8th of December. So let's see what's up for you and your person. It can be both for committed and it can be for singles. And I just feel it's really exciting energy. It's Jupiter, Venus is playing a role in this. We're having a new moon tomorrow on the 26th of November, and it's just gorgeous energy going on. And I always say don't put too much emphasis on those, like on the planets and numerology and really other people at all. Take responsibility for your own things. But when the planets and everything is sort of just working in your favor, then use it. Then just go with it, go with the flow, and just let things happen as it's working for you. So that's really good. But for Gemini, for the upcoming 2 weeks on love. Okay. So the first card out is Dragon, discover your courage. Gemini. I don't quite know this. I feel like maybe Gemini, some of you guys have been left, like maybe some of you broke it off. It doesn't necessarily have to be right this red hot minute that somebody broke it off with you, but there's something that has happened that is encouraging you to have to really trust again, to really, so whether this is a relationship that is just, you just met someone, or you just, thinking about dating again, or you're thinking about the person who's left you, it's like, or you left them. There's a breakup here. In the breakup, I just feel like that it has left you a bit wounded, a bit like it's taken a toll on your heart a bit. And so when the dragon comes out, it gives you like the courage to move forward. And so I just want to say, if you just met somebody, this card is giving you the validation that it's safe to just continue. We also just moved into Sagittarius, and as I said, don't put too much emphasis on it, but just to reinforce your position in the world right now, to just make you feel even more solid. Sagittarius is like the most stable energy you could find. You could almost falter to a degree of I don't know what, and the Sagittarius would just still comfort you, support you, be such a stable person, not to the degree of stupidness, but that's the energy of Sagittarius. We just came out of Scorpio that sort of hits you over the head. It's more a quick fix. It's more if you meet somebody, you might think that was your person, and 2 hours later you understood that it was really not. That sort of energy, but because it has us more like looking at ourselves and going deep and really cleaning out and healing everything that wasn't healed before. With the Sagittarius energy, it's more like, okay, now we look at what we have here, like this is good, and whatever is good is going to stay, that sort of thing, long term. So if you just met somebody and you're a bit scared moving forward, you're a bit scared to like invest in this, to what should I think about it, and I don't feel like you're so scared or so overly worried that you're going to start to destroy things, but the ruthlessness, can you say that, the harshness of law of attraction is that wherever you're sending out, you're going to get back. So even if you're in this gorgeous energy and you feel really scared, you're going to start to attract things to mess it up. And so we don't want you to do that. And so with the dragon coming, it just says you can do this, you can go forth, you have the courage that it takes to just open your heart again and to trust this, and I feel like it's trustworthy. whatever you're in, it's trustworthy. Okay? And if you're single and you sort of almost have like blinders on, or you sort of have a language that keeps repeating, it doesn't necessarily mean you walk around talking, but a language from your vibration, like from your energy, saying men are not to be trusted, women are not to be trusted. Like you just have that feeling that what is going to be wrong this time, or am I worth this, or whatever is going on, Gemini. There's something here that you need courage for. And so it sounds a bit doom and gloom, but it's actually really beautiful, because I feel a shift for you. I feel an overall shift for you as a human being, not just for the love reading, but just for like as a person in life. And for the love reading, it means that you finally are gonna, I was gonna say settle. I don't mean like settle for less, but like settle down, like put both your shoes in, like not one in and one out. It's like, okay, I'm gonna bring both of my feet indoors. I don't have one that is like always looking to get away from here. And what else is out there? With the dragon, it's like a safe bet, that sort of thing. Okay, moving on. There's something that you needed. I feel like you've had this card quite a lot, the sensuality card. Really working on yourself, really filling your own cup up before you meet somebody. And do you see that guy in the wings there? So you are really working on yourself. You really are coming in to like fulfillment of yourself, if that makes sense. Like this is a love reading, and so I would say yes, this is really much focused on the love towards you. I know it sucks and it sounds so boring, maybe not to some, because you really understand the importance of this, but it's like, well, yeah, work on myself, but where's my person? But to really understand this, that it means that you have access to everything. If you have access to the completeness of who you are, if you just are like in complete alignment with yourself, you have access to everything you want. So it really is awesome that you've taken the time to work on yourself. And I feel like for some Geminis, you could have been single for like 15 years. It feels like you've had such a long single time. And so this is not so much for committed, I feel. This is more leaning towards if you've been separated from somebody, or if you're single. I feel like committed Geminis right now are actually quite good. And even though it's beautiful to get a reading about how everything is so lovely, you usually don't need the support. But here it's like, yeah, you're finding yourself again. So if you're in a committed relationship, the only thing I will say here is that there's something that made you a bit wobbly, a bit shaky. They maybe had you not connecting with your partner, but you're finding that place again. You're filling your cup up, as I said, and you're overflowing again. So now you can start to give. And as soon as you're in that position of like just not being half, and not being so vulnerable, and not being so wounded, and not having such an, torn down heart, the veil is being lifted, and there's a person coming in the wings there. Yeah, and then we have face your fears coming out. So there's definitely something here that you've been dealing with to facing, but this is your overall energy. This is your last card, and this is your first card. So the first card talks about the courage that you have now for the upcoming 2 weeks, like just feeling really courageous and really moving forward and really putting yourself out there again. So maybe for some Geminis, you really have been struggling with your self-confidence a bit, I feel, to feel quite worthy of the person that you're supposed to be with. And this is not you being fearful. This is you facing your fears. It's inspiring you to face your fears, to meet them, to look it in the eye and say, what is the worst that can happen? What is it that I'm afraid of? What if What if? Yes, I mean, you almost cannot be on this earth and have not gone through something that has you question things, of course. But what is it that you're afraid of? And then answer, because usually we only walk around with these feelings of I don't know if it feels like, what is it that you don't know? Really, put it down on a piece of paper. What is it that you don't know? What is it that you're worried about? And then answer it. What if they leave me again? So, what if they do? You survived it 3,000 times before. You can survive it this time again. That's not it. That's not the focus here. The focus here, and on the very bottom, is release the power of fear. So, rather to be in the power of fear, that attracts more of that to deal with, because I feel like you really are starting to become very whole, like very who you're supposed to be, if that makes sense. Like really knowing more and more who you are, knowing what you want in the world, and knowing what you want for the world, and like what you have to give, and not to make so much excuses for yourself anymore, but rather to shine, and rather to take place, and be more a center stage person than just out in the wings and not take credit for anything. You just really are becoming really strong. And so this is facing your fears. It's releasing the power that fear has. Right? So it's not so much as releasing the power, but releasing the power over, like the fear. The power of fear is just the most detrimental energy out there. And I feel like you're working through it. Like, and do you see in the moon cycles here? We're working moon by moon by moon, and then all of a sudden there's a shooting star. So it's like you're releasing it as we speak through these, like it's a new moon tomorrow again, and so it's new beginnings. It's starting over. It's a fresh start. It's trying again. It's get up on the horse, literally, and try again. And it's not so much that you're going to try again and to fail and to now be stronger when you fail this time. Gemini, the thing that I feel here for you, and for the Gemini who's single or in a separated situation, you guys probably are the people out there that has the most gorgeous relationship waiting for you, rather than a person who's sort of just lived somewhat, I would compare it to you being 5 years old and not really knowing all that much about what you want. You probably have taken some with you from your past lives, previous alternate life realities, but like when you're 5 years old, you don't really know that you validate empathy, or that you validate, like you just haven't gathered enough information about what you truly seek in a life partner because you're 5, right? So through the years, you've gathered information. You know now for a fact what you want, because you've, through trial and error, so to speak, you have like learned what it is that you want. And because I feel, Gemini, that this area, because you've been struggling here. This love story has kept repeating itself. I feel it has come up over and over. So you've been having a tough time. So Gemini, I feel for you, it's more about we're letting go of the thing that did not serve you, the thing that had made you ask for more. And that asking for more has already improved and has already like become a better version and a better version and a better version. So just imagine the version that is waiting for you, both for who you are as a person, but the person waiting for you, the version of the person waiting for you, when you finally let go of the fear, you finally step into this courageous energy and sort of you're sailing the seas, the stormy seas, and you seem to really be on top of things. And so you, of all, it's like the most poor person has asked for the most money. So if you're a 5-year-old and you meet your next person, it's not gonna feel all that different because you're 5 and you haven't gathered enough information. Now you're gazillion 5 and you have asked for enough information, and so you know what you want. But there's people sort of acting like 5 out there who will meet the next person. It still won't do all that much for them. It's not in their cards, it's not in the stars for them to just have this beyond ridiculous, mind-blowing partnership. But I feel like you are, and that is one thing that you prepared for. You've really searched for this sort of relationship to come together in this lifetime. I'm sorry, there's a bit of a delay here on my end. I hope it's not the same on yours. And so when we release this fear now once and for all, oh my goodness, the type of relationship that can come in, it's just, it is mind-blowing. Mind-blowingly good. Okay? So let's have a finishing off card here from the universe. And then if this resonates with you, there's going to be an extended in the description box for like who your person is. Where's this gorgeous version? Where are they in relationship to you right now? And come check that out if it feels like it resonates with you. Okay, so finishing off from the universe for you, Geminis. Yeah. And there's the horse again. Get up on the horse again. Like get back into the saddle. The good part is that this is the battle of the blues is called. The good part here's Gemini is that you have let go. There's no more struggle to like try to force anything to happen, to try to make yourself be something that you're not, to have you portray yourself into the world with some sort of mask, or you really have put down your, and this goes into like, there's not, if you've been in conflict before, if you have easily come into conflict, like maybe you're not the one who's really fighting a lot, maybe you're with a person that's fighting a lot, or you're the person who's fighting a lot, but it's been in a conflicting areas quite a lot. It feels like you just you put down the sword, literally. You put down there's no conflict around you anymore, and there's no struggle, there's no conflict. It's just calm around you, calm waters. You lay down to rest. It's like no more fights. I'm not pushing this, I'm not forcing anything. Whatever wants to come comes. And you might feel a bit, I'm over this. But that's the beauty in this, Gemini. You just let go of the resistance. The wish, you will never let go of. The universe cannot like undo a wish that you have. Whatever you wished for is already there. So what is going to happen now when you release that sort of fear, when you release the resistance, when you let go like this, you give up the fight, your wish can actually finally, in the most fulfilling way, come into you. So like the second you feel like I'm giving up, there they are. That's how law of attraction works. Okay, I hope this helps and resonates with some of you guys and uplifts you. It's supposed to uplift you and to know that something is on their way to you. Somebody is on their way to you. And it's going to be beyond mind-blowing because of the things you've been through. So just keep relaxing, keep letting go, keep not forcing anything onto anything, and your person is there. And let's see what we have on the other side of this, where your person is in relationship to you. Please subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. I'm so close to 1,000 that I can taste it. And then my channel will have like life on its own, and to actually get promoted out there. Up until 1,000, it just doesn't. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back in a week. Take care. Bye.